everyone, so we're back for our next video of our little segment here. Just hopped right on over from Rhythm and Goku, and today we're going to do Museca here. Now, I feel bad because I'm pretty sure I never did a video on Museca, and maybe I'm wrong, but specifically, the last time that I remember doing a video on Museca was me destroying the Museca and turning it into BishiBashi Channel. Something that people will forever give me shit for, and you know, we can never know. Hindsight 2020, but I definitely regret that with as hard as they are to get now. So anyway, I'm finally able to get and keep, specifically get and keep one for myself, and I thought I should do a video unwrapping it while I actually have the chance. So, of all the stuff that I've brought out to the game center so far, this one has probably sat here untouched the longest. And like I said, it was in a period where I was very busy. I set it aside because I knew I was going to keep it. I just didn't have the time to set it up, do a video, you know, all that stuff. So finally, we can get around to it. So some background on like why it's so rare now and so desired. From our previous video, we converted it to BishiBashi Channel. When the game ended network support, they did a conversion kit to the new BishiBashi, and so I got one of those conversion kits. Was very excited to be one of the first to have, you know, the cab running, and you know, naturally we converted them to Museca. They were much more common back then. Now they're basically impossible to buy. The price constantly going up. You know, it's almost just whatever you set the price at is what people will pay, because you just can't get it. And I got a couple batches of like 3 at a time. I was very fortunate, sold everything but one, and this one will stay here. What is... Do you see this? Like, look at the... I wonder if that's just like moisture or something under the panel. That's weird. It's like it's... I don't know. Anyway, this one I managed to keep for myself. And it'll stay in the game center. If I get another one, I'll use it for shows, but you know, as rare as they are, I loathe to kind of bring this out and you know, bring it to events. So, you know, it sucks. I think it'd be nice to share this with more people, but for now, since it's so hard to get, I'm going to keep it to myself. So over here, this pop, it looks like it's been ripped off, but no, there would originally be an art here. I'm sure at some point one of us is going to do a repro of the art. And then we've got the top over here. And I think I'm gonna go grab the standee. I don't remember if I pulled it out all the way in my opening video, but I'll probably set that up and, you know, get it next to this cab now that everything's kind of coming together. So there's this really oddly shaped kind of marquee. There is work done to repro this as well, because there's quite a few cabs I think that are missing it. So if you look at it, just this backing portion here is this like foam board, and then it looks like kind of like probably double-sided taped. No, this piece probably was attached before, but parts of this looks like, you know, is maybe a double-sided tape to tape this on to get this weird kind of 3D look to it. So after this video, I'll probably go and check and see, you know, where that is. I have promised a couple people like years ago now that I would get them a header or a repro or something, so I'm kind of curious to see where it's gone. So, you know, it's not even just the rarity. You know, so many of them got converted or sold, and, you know, that you can't get it anymore. The game's actually quite good, and there has been a lot of custom support for it and really good network support, and it's kind of built a good community around the game. So as a result, you know, there's a lot of popularity for it. It's very desirable to have, but there just really aren't any available. So these buttons are a large part of, you know, what makes it so hard. I think some people have worked on or made a reproduction of it, but like these are molded plastic. It's not a cheap or easy thing to just make. Everything else you can probably fabricate, but that would be the hardest part. We'll take this control panel apart and take a look at it once we get the cab set up. So let's see here. Now that we've got this unwrapped, we've got the keys. So, and I'll probably point this out later in the video too, but over here we've got this, the keypad is unique for this game as well. And BishiBashi Channel used the same thing because it reused it. But this keypad has optic sensors, so these are not actually tactile, like they're just cut out. But the way it works is when you block the light with your finger, it detects the difference in that, and that's how it tells which key you're pressing. Just kind of interesting stuff. None of that is really fancy technology, but like a lot of arcade games, or a lot of pinballs, they do it too, is it's a very unique use of the technology. So anyway, this thing's covered in sawdust because this has been here since like we started construction on doing the walls and the ceiling and stuff like that, so it just kind of got over. I'll need to come and wipe that down. So nothing in the coin bucket, and actually surprisingly low play count of 2,062 on this. It is not the lowest I've seen. I think one of the Musecas we got was like 100, or it was in the hundreds, or it was something ridiculously low. Someone got a very pretty cab with that one. But still 2,000 is low. But it also does kind of show, I think the game maybe didn't do so well. A lot of these that we got were, low play counts. So nothing in there. Let me see if we can get into the back real quick. I don't remember. Yeah, there's a key. Okay. And this doesn't even have standard KONAMI locks on it. We're going to obviously change these out, but... Oh, it is screwed in too. Let me flip this sucker around. And in the back should be the floor panel, or the floor pedal. And I like showing this because it's interesting how they pack them for shipping. Assuming they pack it that way. Oh, there's the Marquee. So yeah, there's just the regular header for it. We've probably got yep, these are side pump holders, I believe, or it might be for the header, I don't remember. But yeah, so here we've got the floor pedal, and there's actually like 2 screw mounts on the inside. So for transit, they just screw it into the back here, and it fits like that. So this is great if we do bring these out to cons. You just take it, tuck it in the back, and you don't have to even worry about putting it anywhere or bouncing around or anything like that. We've got the manual here. It looks like these screws are probably for the header and art and PCB. So nothing really too complicated in this. I think that's about it for a basic overview. We'll come back once we've got this thing put together, get it running and whatnot, and we'll look it over a little bit further. So we'll be right back. Alright, so real quick, before I get into the game itself, I noticed that one of these buttons, the button 1 here, is not really triggering super well. So like you look here, those are all triggering pretty good. You come over here, you see like I'm hitting it quite a bit, but it's just not going off. So I've got this open, and I'm going to flip this up. There's a lock switch on the bottom, and 4 bolts here. I'm going to come down here and take a look at this switch to see what's not going off. So, and it feels like it's just a bad switch. So I'm going to replace that, and I'm going to grab this here real quick and come down, and we'll take a look inside the control panel. So you can see down here, there's all these switches, and so this is button 2. You hear it clicking, and it's going off very well. Same thing, this one's clicking quite well, but you see it's only going off sometimes. So either this needs to be tightened up, and actually, maybe I think it does, because you can see it's kind of sagging a little bit on that. So I'm going to grab my screwdriver here, come down here, loosen this. Actually, I might want my power drill for this. bit of an odd spot, so. Okay. So I'm gonna come down here, loosen this. There we go. I'm gonna see if we can push this up. Yeah, there we go. And it looks like that was just loose. So now let's go and tighten it. I'm gonna tighten this one too, because this one's probably also loose. So yeah, maybe the switch isn't bad, it was just down. So let's give this a try now. Yeah, now it's super good. That was the only one that I felt was a little bit weird. Okay, so that's that. We'll be right back. I'll get this up and running and we can check out the game. While I'm in here, I should also show, I mentioned how these spinners work. So you see here, each of these has like this disc. And when you spin it, there you can see it's got the, you know, these little black marks on them. So in the back here, there's an optical switch there, and it's just sensing, oh, I can't really, there we go. It's sensing when it changes from black and white. So that's how that works. And this is just a neat little like custom construct for how it all goes together. Okay, yep, and then we'll be back with the game. All right, we're back with Museca, and I've got my lovely assistant Jace over here. She knows a lot more about Museca and is definitely better than I am, so I thought it would be better if she did the demo for us. I'm gonna see if I can check this little, that's fine, perfect. All right, so have at it, and why don't you tell us a little bit about this game?
Okay, so Museca is 5 buttons, which also double as spinners. So inside the game, there's mainly 3 types of notes that you're going to look at. You have your taps, your small spinner, large spinner, which can also be directional. Depending on the level that you're playing, it could be any direction, or if they give you an arrow, it would tell you what direction you need to spin that in. So I'm going to go ahead and card in. And here we have our standee set up that we mentioned a long time ago. I don't remember how much we showed of it, but you know, I've been waiting for the right time to put this out. You know, now that you have, you know, a basic of the arcade setup, it's about time to do that. So, when you start, you can put in a whole bunch of triangles with your name. And you actually want to do the tutorial maybe, just to show? Or yeah. I mean, I could do the tutorial, that's fine. So just a standard Japanese game now.
Yep.
Money.
危険な行動は慎んだよね。
はいや。
Don't hit. 豊かな世界で、私はイリル。今から私が案内してあげる。
So it's explaining the Graphica system, which they've changed in the later version. It used to be a more integral part of what you were playing in the game, but now it's just more of a, I guess, add-on after the fact for part of the game. It doesn't do too much to add in except for a little bit of story, as far as I understand Graphica on what it used to be and what it is now. So here's where you would select either your mission mode, this is how you would get Graphica, or the standard mode where you could just play any song that you would like. So I'm just going to go select the main mode.
曲を選んでね。
And then you can select your song just by turning. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one.
難易度を選
Since
んで
this
ね。
gives, I guess, a decent amount of kind of the notes that you would be hitting.
この曲に決定。
And there's also the foot pedal down here. And I guess we'll go through the tutorial just really
プ
quick.
レイ方法を説明するわよ。私が君をサポートするわ。一緒に頑張りましょう。ミュージカルは3つのアクションがあるの。叩く、回す、踏むの3つよ。音楽に合わせて5つのスピナーとフットペダルを操作してね。これはヒットオブジェクト。
So these are the regular hit notes.
このオブジェクトがアナライズポジションに始まったらタイミングよくスピナーを押してね。じゃあ
And your blues are going to be on top, your yellows are at the bottom. And it's kind of like
It's the
reverse of
opposite of
poppin'. Yeah.
Which I don't remember if I mentioned earlier in the video, but I absolutely can't stand it
ああそんな
because of that, and I'm so used to popping. I'm so very into popping
これはチャージ
that
オブジェクトよ。
and I've tried multiple times and I just straight up cannot
このオブジェクトの時は
break my muscle memory. Like that middle note, I would always try to hit down here, and it ruins it.
Because you're used to the large at the bottom and the secondary on top. This one is mainly the large at the top and the secondary is the bottom.
Yep.
You can also change the layout of this, either flat or in their other configuration, which is like the W.
So,
ああこん
like,
な
it's not necessarily, I think, the reason, but it's no mere coincidence that this game was announced, I think, like, the day of, or right, I don't remember exactly, like, the day of, or right around
Neon FM.
Neon FM, yeah. Which was kind of a, it's kind of a dick move, but that's Konami. If there's one thing that any gamer can get together in solidarity over, it's hating on Konami for the dumb shit they do. But anyway, just a little interesting aside, and like reason being, like also Neon FM was a
このオブ
5-button
ジェクトが来た
like layout without the spinner and stuff like that.
But it was reversed.
Yeah. So it's just really a I don't know. It makes you wonder.
But these are basically all the
このオブジ
notes.
ェクトの時は
I think I'm just gonna skip the rest of the tutorial.
Yeah, you
and
can.
go into it.
Yeah, it's all good. But no, it's like Konami has definitely done a lot of things that you would think, oh no, they wouldn't, but were done specifically to like keep a patent alive or something like that. Like DDR Supernova was released to actually to have a reason to go after Rockstar for releasing ITG. So. It's just really sad to me because I really do like this game, but and I could be very good if it weren't for the fact that the button layout was really good. something that Ubeat did, and quite a few different, I think, simulators do as well. Like Beta Raja does it. Hoppin, I think, no, Hoppin
did something
Several
similar
decks does
too.
as well, yeah. But just a neat thing there. Now, what actually determines a clear in this game?
It's pretty much the scoring system. I haven't like went through as much, but anything I guess above this last one, I forgot which one it was. Was it like E? I keep forgetting. It's been a while since
好き
I've
な
actually
曲を選んでね
Yeah, but the scoring system is a little bit different. I can actually pull it up.
But I think that's really the most we really have to show about Museca. This game is dead. There's maybe what I think they said, maybe 3 or 4 that are actually online in Japan still. That they never took the network down. But there's just really not very many left in Japan. These are almost impossible to buy. You get requests for them regularly. People just like WTV, Museca, or whatever, and they either have no idea just how hard they are to get or how many people are waiting for them. So the price has been shooting up. I have tried to keep and have ended up selling these multiple times. And you know, finally, this one of the last batches we got, there was like 3 or 4 out of nowhere, you know, after a year drought. And you know, finally it's just like, we're keeping this one. I don't care if I need money or whatever. Like, I gotta keep it, otherwise I'm never gonna get another. So
Yep. So the scoring system is basically everything above, I want to say, what was it, 60,000 or 600,000 is the lowest like rateable score. Everything under that is error, which would be a fail. The maximum score that you can get is 1 million points, and that's just across all the songs. It doesn't go over that.
cool. So yeah, unless you have anything else to mention, I think that's about all we've got for this.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think, and again, I mentioned it before in the video, but this, or in a different video, I think, this standee quite difficult to get, and we were very fortunate to get it. I think other people were competing, and it even got a little bit heated at the time. But like, I got this specifically to be able to set this up, get as legit of a look to this arcade as possible. So, you know, we're very fortunate to have this standee. 1 or 2 of the other games that we're going to be doing across the, you know, the next couple weeks or whatever, also have standees for it. Actually, you know, we've got, you see Silica standing back there. I think one of these boxes is the Himmel standee for 2DX. I don't think we're doing a video on that, but there's stuff like that. So anyway, pretty neat. That's all we've got from Museca. I hope you enjoyed this. This is it's a rare game. We don't even have one for conventions. I think some of the East Coast conventions might be the only place you really get to try it. Maybe 1 or 2 of the round ones have it. So anyway, that's it for this video. Give you a little some love, and we will see you next time.